Okay. It's not quite live yet, but it will be in just a second. I'll go ahead and load the game. You missed a bit. We got our Templar, and then we lost our Templar.
Yeah, sorry about that. Oh my god, what was it? I think last week I missed it. Like 18 hours later, I think, and the week before that, my computer was literally just hard freezing, not crashing, hard freezing. I think I had my video editor open, and I wasn't rendering. I just had it open, and I think it was trying to access a file that was corrupt, because I've had that freeze before, but never in that way. Oh, fucking maddening. And every time I restart the computer, I'd have to log back into everything on different, on both on Internet Explorer and on Firefox. It's like, oh my god.
It's always such a
Why doesn't it just remember?
Oh my god, yeah.
Man.
But it's fine. Piff was kind enough to sit with me last week, so we did that. We had a few missions. For the most part, they went well, except that a really bad grenade toss lost us Wuxi's sister.
Oh wow,
the Templar, yeah, and she hadn't even gotten to do much. I took her on like 3 missions, and 2 of those missions she didn't get to do anything, and then the final mission she finally did something and then died. It was,
oh man,
it was very sad, but hey, that's XCOM, baby. Oh boy.
Have you installed any new mods at all?
I have, though I can't remember the names on the top of my head. A couple new maps, and crud, I forget what else. I installed a few. I'm being very, very conservative with what I install, but there were a couple of new, like, updated, like, hey, we add more maps to the rotation kind of thing.
Nice. What they called not packets, the opposite, where the layouts of the maps.
Yeah. Basically that's it, and I think I did one more, but for the life of me I can't remember what it was. I'd have to look at my mod list, which I can't do from here. So we built our training center. We built but you were there for that, I think. We built our proving grounds, and we're trying to get plasma grenades right now. We're building a resistance comms here. We're gonna put a workshop right here, so that we can put gremlins in the power plant, in the resistance comms, and then we'll put something here that will always require a gremlin, maybe like the defensive turrets or something. Something where, because there's certain things that always just constantly need an engineer in there. You know, infirmary, proving grounds, if you aren't doing something, you don't need them, right? But power plant, you will always need someone in there. Resistance comms, you will always need someone in there. So we're doing that. Research is Elerium, and then autopsies. We didn't have a vote last week because the honest truth was there was not a lot to vote on. I mean, we're doing Elerium and then autopsies. I mean, that's all we've got left after that. I know Elerium opens up a few things, but we don't know what yet, so we couldn't really vote on it.
Still on the path of Psi, then.
Yeah, we've got Psi researched, and my plan right now, my thinking is, we finish clearing out the alien machinery here, we clear out this exposed power coil, and we put it right there. That way, it costs no energy.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So it'll still be a month or 2 away, but yeah.
That how Psi can be a little bit redundant with all the new super units. But I was thinking about it, and in the end, most people that will play the new expansion and stream it and make episodes of it, they're not going to choose Psi. Right. So it actually makes your campaign quite unique in that respect. You're going to be one of the first series to be using Psi with War of the Chosen, because most people just won't bother with it. Right. Well, we're going to see. And you're going to get the good synergies. You're going to have the first synergies of Psi and super units. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. My thing is, I hate waiting that long, but it's too good an advantage not to. Because I mean, I could put the Psi Lab here or something, but the Psi Lab's like 10 power. It's an enormous draw of power. So putting it on an exposed power coil to get it for free, I think is worth waiting that extra month or whatnot. There was one thing that we were going to vote on, though I didn't put the vote up, and I forgot to tell you guys all this on Discord, but I didn't put a vote up for it because it was basically pointless to the I could not see you guys not voting a specific way, and that was for basically the special orders at the end of the month.
But the way my special orders have been coming in, that what I've been getting is basically there are clear winners and there are clear losers, if that makes sense. And you guys will see in a second, but like there's like 3 or 4 that you're gonna want to put on there, and the rest are just nowhere near as good. So why would anyone, you know, unless they were just trying to troll me, why would anyone vote for them? So at that point, I was just like, you know, there's not much to vote for this time. Next time, we'll put up a vote next time where we have a bit more meat. Also, you guys in the chat will help me out, and I'm gonna try this out for you guys who are in the chat right now watching, and also in the XCOM barracks. If there's anyone who is active but like they can't watch right now, maybe they're at work or school or something, and they can be on the Discord but they can't actively watch the stream, keep them updated and say, hey, you know what, we're voting on this, like Squee wants to know if we want this, and I'll just wait 5 or 10 minutes for people leaving on the Discord to say, oh man, I really want them to do that, and we can add that to the vote. That way, even if you're not technically here but you can at least take part in the Discord, then you know, you can still be a part of it. Yeah, that is true. That's one thing I have been neglecting a lot, is daily life on the ship.
So have you heard about these people running around out in the woods calling themselves Reapers? Hell, maybe you've met one. If you have, then you've probably heard about their unique dietary regimen. And if you haven't heard, let me give you a tip. Don't ask where the meat came from.
So this is interesting. We've got Pradal Mox talking to Guardian. I forget her full name, Lori something. She's the cook. And then you've got Bradford over there serving them up some drinks. So Bradford's always there. Bradford's like the unofficial bartender.
Oh yeah, he lives at the bar. Whether it's on either side of it, he's there.
I imagine the commander's like, look, if you're always going to be in the bar, make yourself useful and serve the drinks.
One drink for you, one drink for me. One drink for you, and one drink for me.
But yeah, so they're hanging out. That's an unusual pair. I did not expect to see those two sharing a drink. Yeah. So then we've got our fallen soldiers here. Of course, we don't count these two because they were tutorial, and you know. But you have Mayor Prince.
You know, it does occur to me: is she old enough to drink?
Lori, yeah, she has kids, man. Yeah, she's a housewife. Was. Now she's a soldier. But yeah, she's definitely...
No, the one on the right, the half-alien hybrid, right?
Oh, Mox. Mox?
Yeah, aren't they like 4 or 5 years old?
No, I thought that they were people that volunteered and got altered.
No, the alien soldiers are genetically grown from birth using human DNA. They're not converted from humans.
Oh, snap. I did not know that. Well then, I don't know. But hey, the man fights for us. I'm not gonna begrudge him.
Age limits on this ship? Forget about it.
So, poor Min Shi. 3 missions, 2 kills, both on the last mission. Died.
That's rough.
Very rough. Very sad. Very harsh. But so that's there. Let's take a look around, see who else is going on here. I gotta do this more often. I really do, considering this is a role play and everything. Who do we have here? It's hard to tell. That's Lewis. I can see that's Lewis. I don't know who the others here are. I don't know who those are. But they're hanging out. They're training. They're working hard. It's good to see that there's at least 3 soldiers in here, training, practicing, building up their skills. Lewis.
You need to be able to zoom in more. There needs to be a mod that allows you to zoom in further and maybe highlight people to see exactly who they are.
Right. And then over here in Guerrilla Tactics, we got more people. See, this is what I like about my XCOM soldiers. They work hard, man. If they're not on a mission, they are still working. You've got Billy the Kid over there doing chin-ups. You've got... I can't really tell who that is. I think that's Wild Child over there. I think that's Wild Child doing sit-ups. Don't know who that is over there. They probably wear a helmet because I don't remember anyone with blonde hair. So I think whoever this is, they normally, maybe it's a, I don't know, but
wears a helmet all their life, takes it off, no one recognizes them.
Oh, that's Jane. Oh yeah. Okay, that's Jane Kelly. So Jane Kelly. Oh, maybe Jane Kelly giving Lewis some tips on how to be a ranger. You know, training with him. But that makes sense. Jane's always there. Working on her troops. You've got Lily over here. She's healing. She took some pretty serious damage. Oh, crap, I don't remember who's over there. Well, I can find out, though. Hang on. Who do we have injured? We have 2 people injured right now. We have Lily, who's lightly wounded, and... Oh, Jane Kelly. No, so that's Jane Kelly over there. So who the heck's training? Jane Kelly... Is that Jane Kelly? Yeah, Jane Kelly's right here. She's hurt. She was hurt pretty badly, so she's recovering. She's not training, so I still don't know who that is. But yeah, so, and then where's this? Where's the living quarters? Who we got over here?
For most of our soldiers, the living quarters on board the Avenger are a step up from the conditions they've had to live with on the ground.
And then we've got Xu Yan and Rose, just having a chat, or maybe they're strategizing, thinking about the next mission, or maybe going through troop assignments. These are 2 of the more senior personnel, so I could definitely see that. Or maybe they're just relaxing. I mean, there are a few bottles around. I hope they're not trying to strategize while drinking. That's a horrible idea.
It's, oh, you know what we should do the next mission? Oh, it's the best idea. You get no idea. You know what? You wait, you'll see. It's gonna be amazing.
You see Bradford over there in the edge. Close range. All right, so
that's the only 2 words he overhears.
So I am going to I'm gonna try and do that more often now, because and over here in the loading bay you've got man, I wish I could tell. That's Shu. I feel bad for him. He just lost his sister. And Dragonova. Maybe Dragonova's given him some tips, working him through it. I mean, Dragonova's been a Reaper for years. She's probably seen a lot of friends die. Maybe even family members. Maybe she's talking him through. Whatever she's saying, I don't think he's liking it too much.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's receiving it well.
Yeah. Ouch. But I am going to try and do this more, because this is a roleplay. The team is doing a really good job with them, and you know, the more you're attached to them, the harsher it's going to be when they go. In any case, we got to set a new resistance mission. Covert action. So we've got a couple choices here. Hang on. When is the supply drops in 1 day? So I'm going to assign new orders in 1 day. So we don't have a chance to get new new orders to. So basically, here's what we got here. We can do our last chosen assassin mission and finally maybe take out the assassin. That would be interesting. That would be a really fun. I have purposely not watched or seen what those missions are like, because I want to go into that really blind, because that's going to be a completely new type of thing. Can't do it right now because I don't have any majors available at the moment, but when they heal up, maybe it's something we concentrate on this month. Maybe we focus this month on just getting the assassin out of there, so we only have to worry about the hunter and eventually the warlock, because she is so damn annoying. I'd much rather face the hunter. But that's something definitely worth working on, but we can't do now. We can prepare a guerrilla op. We can improve combat intelligence, prepare a supply raid. I'm going to go look at my supplies real quick. I don't really think we're hurting that badly. We can hunt for... we can go find the hunter. I don't think that's a high priority right now. Gather supplies, increase income, gain resistance contact, recover loot, gather intel. Let me go take a look at our... So our supplies are... hurting a little bit, actually. We only have 44 alloys, 14 Elerium, 123 supplies, so maybe that's something worth looking into. I also want to take a look at dark events that are coming up to see if it's worth countering with the guerrilla ops. Wait.
Your efforts have become
Oh, right. Yeah. I gotta go get that,
But I am afraid you bring them nothing but false hope, Commander.
I gotta go get that facility over there to stop the countdown again. Black market closed for 6 weeks. Bleeding status. None of those are horrible. None of those are great either. I'm about to get a supply drop. You know what? Let's counter a guerrilla op. Because, I mean, having the black market closed for 6 weeks, you never know. You might need something and it's not there. And even if not that, preventing soldiers from having bleeding rounds is always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and prepare a guerrilla op.
You know, that timer is quite low.
Yeah, I know. I need to go get that facility. I just did the black site and got it down, and then it went right back up, which is a real shame. Yeah, I'm hoping when the month turns over, it gives me some covert actions to really start knocking that down. Who could use some dodge? Let's do Alexander, the Tail Weaver, and then let's go ahead and throw Leonidas in there. All right, so we'll do that. Begin action.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
Armory. What's new at the armory? Oh, just soldiers. But what's new? What am I missing here? Oh, oh, that's right. Xu Yan leveled up, so I got to promote her. She's covering fire, threat assessment. I always prefer covering fire, mainly because threat assessment, it's kind of neat to give the person you give aid Overwatch, but it makes it so that you can use aid less often. And you know, there are some times when you want to be throwing those aids out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Although, having said that, that covering fire, that threat assessment can be quite handy. You can use it as a form of running gun. You can sprint someone to a flanking position of an enemy, give them that Overwatch after they've done their sprint, and they'll catch them on the retreat. So it can be handy.
Yeah, true, but it's a very dangerous strategy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Having a perk that also gives you a negative instead of just being a positive, that's a tough pill to swallow.
So we'll do that. We'll just do that one for now. So she's a captain now, which is good. And our only major right now is lightly wounded, so we can't get the assassin. Right now, we have a few bond abilities. At the end of the session, I'll go through who our bond options are. Who can Lori bond with? Is it Praetel Marks? Because we just saw them talking. Yeah, it is. It is, and that's why they were sharing a beer. Maybe they're getting close there. Either as friends or romantic. I don't know. I don't know these things, but sure, that's a possible bond. Maybe you guys.
As a commander, we don't speculate.
No, we don't. That's not our place. But hey, maybe that's something to look into. They're sharing a beer. They're getting friendly. All right. But yes, it is important we get this countdown timer taken care of. First things first. We need to make. Well, we've made contact. Wait, have we? No, not the Chosen Stronghold. Yeah, we've made contact. So, oh, okay, I remember now. We've made contact. We can take this at any time, but once I know that I can go do the mission, I usually try and wait as long as I can because that's 4 or 5 days of time. You know what I mean? So
that is risky.
Well,
do you know if the timer resets to a certain point? I thought every time it reset, the timer would be reduced.
It is, but that's basically every time you activate the timer, the next time you activate it again, it'll be less, but I've already activated the timer. So whether I do that mission at 6 days or 3 days, it doesn't really make a difference.
So it's not impacted by how low the timer got?
Not that I've ever seen. The only way it's risky is if I get a mission in between then and now, and I get serious soldiers wounded or killed that I need for that mission. However, that said, I would love to have Lily on this mission, and Dragonova's tired for a day, so I'm going to probably wait at least until I get those two back. Lily is a great grenadier. Dragonova is brilliant for these because I can just sharpshooter them. I'm cheap on these types of missions, and I don't mind. So sure, we're gonna just keep increasing the region income until, at the very least, we get Lily back.
Message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
All right, how'd I do?
I had high hopes for the Resistance.
Oh, he's not happy.
Leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
He is happy.
Oh, he is happy. Oh, I forgot that quote.
By the way, can you hear this? I haven't asked. Are you hearing the game?
Oh yes, yes,
okay, good. Well, usually I ask. I just forgot to.
Yeah.
Retribution. Sabotage against the Avenger, that's not good. You know, we've been doing a really good job against the Chosen, though. I've seen other people where at this point in the game, the Chosen are already knocking on the door because they've captured a few soldiers, they've interrogated a few soldiers. We've actually been very good at cutting them off at the knees. They haven't captured, I mean, with the exception of Praetor Mox, who you can't avoid, they haven't captured or interrogated any of our soldiers, so they still are pretty low down on the how close they are to finding me meter. Alright, and then, yeah, this is still the same. I don't know what this is, but I don't have enough intel to... I'm not gonna worry about now. Okay, and so here's what I'm talking about. We have 5 slots. So, the thing is, right now we have Infiltrate, which is really good. No one's gonna take that off. Stay With Me, which is also really good. No one's gonna take that off. Unfortunately, it didn't help Min, but it's still really good. And then, of course, Between the Eyes, I think everyone knows by now that is probably one of the best cards in the game. Yeah. And then our other options aren't really that spectacular. Supplies collected from each supply drop are increased by 15%. On every mission, there's a chance that a resistance soldier will join the XCOM squad. Now, that's actually pretty good. Basically, what that means, I've seen this, is there's a chance on every mission that you'll get an extra rookie, basically. And they're a rookie, but still, that's one extra person that can shoot, throw a grenade. It's
definitely fun. Yeah, it is definitely fun.
So, and then increased mission timers by 2 turns. That's not as important because I have double mission timers and Infiltrate, so really this is kind of pointless. Black Market pays 20% extra, meh. Speed of all armors by 15%, meh. And then Psionics attacks on XCOMs cause damage to the caster. So really, these just aren't that great. There's not a whole lot there to vote on because, hang on, I want to make sure that's it. Yeah, because there's no way that they weren't going to choose this one because that's just fun and interesting. And then after that, it has to be a skirmisher one. I don't have a choice. I have to put a skirmisher on here. And between all of these, I mean, who cares? None of this is really that good. I'm going to put on the armor research because I might be doing power armor in the next month. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to put it on there because why not? None of the rest of this stuff is not really that important. So we'll throw that on for now. Though, honestly, I honestly don't think I'm going to be doing armor. So really, how good is that? I
mean, I guess turn timers until you do actually do armor.
Yeah.
Maybe it will come into effect. Maybe if something goes wrong.
Sure. Might as well. Might as well.
Order understood.
Sure. We'll go ahead and investigate that for now. We'll go ahead and pick up our supplies, and then we'll do the facility. All right.
Communications facility
good.
now
Good.
Operational.
Resistance comms is operational. That's very good. Allowing us to make contact in more places. Though, I am hesitant to start making contact in more places because I don't want to have to deal with the Warlock too.
The Warlock can be a pain.
Yeah.
Really pain, yeah.
I'm going to use this engineer to start helping clear out this space. I'm going to build a workshop soon, but I want to wait a bit before I do that. Try and get this cleared and this cleared. Like my thoughts are honestly is I want to try and get psionics soon. So as soon as they're done healing, I'm gonna put this guy over here to help them clear this out. Then I might do the psionics lab and then the workshop to start powering these. So in any case, let's get our supplies, let's go take that facility down, and then we'll figure out our next step. I'm hoping our next covert ops gives us some options to reduce the countdown timer even more. Hello. Hello. Another engineer is fantastic. I definitely need that. Though I hate these missions. Oh. The VIP for the vehicle always seems to not go well for me. The vehicle catches on fire or something.
Or the aliens get vision through the vehicle somehow, glitching.
Or like what happened to me once is I get to the door, I open it, and it doesn't open. It's like, what? Alright.
The button disappears as if you did click it, but the door's still closed. Somebody get the grenades.
I am actually going to be taking a B team on this one because I kind of want my A team on that facility. Do I though? Actually, I don't know though, because facilities are fairly easy, because what I generally do is use Dragonova to run out there and use my sharpshooters to take them out from a distance, because there's no timer or anything. So, I'm going to do a half and half. I'm going to remove Dragonova from there. I'm going to keep Praetel Mox. I'm going to remove Xu Yin. And I'm going to keep Lily, Rose. We'll keep Ayumi and Mox, and then who else are we taking? Let's take... No, those two are going to go on that other mission. So let's take... Who? Sure, we'll take Susan Mary. No, we'll take Wild Child, because she hasn't gone out on a lot of missions. So we got our Ranger, and then... Who else do we want to take? Do we want to take another Grenadier? Do we want to take another Specialist? I'm thinking a Specialist might actually be worth taking because, you know what? We'll take Laurie Redfield. If we're thinking of these two having a bond, might as well start having them work together, right? But I'm thinking another Specialist because if you got a VIP, you might need to protect him. You might need to hack something. You might need that other Specialist, you know? So, let's make utility items available. Let's give you another med kit. And we'll give you another scanner. I don't see why not. I don't have the Skulljack yet. I'm planning on getting the Skulljack after I get the plasma grenades. Lily, you're fine with what you have. Wild Child. Let's give you a smoke grenade. I really do need to start doing autopsies because there's a lot of items like the Mimic Beacon and stuff that I just don't have that would be useful.
Yeah, I don't know how they've... Yeah, they changed the Mimic Beacon, didn't they? And it wasn't even in the DLC that they changed it.
No, they changed it to where it always gets hit, but you can't critical it. So it's basically a little easier to take down, but it still does its job well enough.
But it's also... It only has 1 health, right? Or it has something like 2 or 3 health. Something very, very low. It will be 1 shot.
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen it handle more than 1 shot sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I think it has more health than that, just not a lot. Where do I go to train him? I'm thinking of getting him this. Tactical rigging so he can carry an extra grenade because he has volatile mix, which does +2 damage, and having 2 grenades might be useful to him. Zero In's not that useful. Wrath's not that useful, especially since Wrath is almost always not what I want to do. Like, it's very situational. I almost always would rather drag them to me, but having a second grenade that does +2 damage, especially when I'm about to get plasma grenades, that's really good. Oh, but he can only carry 1 grenade though, can't he? That's right, he can only carry 1 grenade, so what else would I give him? Never mind, I'll hold off on that for now. If he could carry 2 grenades, that'd be great, but he can't because XCOM.
Yeah, they changed that, didn't they? Well, they didn't change it. They changed it from XCOM 1 to 2. I hate that.
Yeah.
If you got 2 inventory slots, just give them 2 grenades. Why not?
There are mods that can fix that. I've considered it before, but I don't know. On the other hand, maybe that might mess up the balancing because now you have too many explosives. I don't know. But your Grenadiers can flip and have 3 of them, so.
Yeah. But you just obviously get to a point where you don't really know what else to give people other than grenades, but they can't take more grenades.
Right.
And you just give them things they're not going to use on the off chance that, maybe they'll use it, but probably not.
Isn't Justice the same as Wrath? No, Justice brings them to you, Wrath brings you to them. Which seems like a small difference, but it's much more situational because instead of you dragging them closer to your squad, you send Praetel Marks further from your squad, usually closer to theirs. So, yep. Come on, game. But hopefully,
still with the load times.
Hopefully, we'll get through this mission without too much difficulty. Get ourselves a new engineer, which will let us get the Scilab sooner. And understand, guys, that even when we get the Scilab, we're still not going to have a psionic for a while because we got to put him in there to train. And typically speaking, I would like to just get him trained up to a decent level before we use him. There's nothing worse than giving him 1 psionic ability and then having him die on his mission.
Honestly, it really depends on what the side ability is. You can get like the first one or two side abilities that are really good, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, you know what, that'll do. But other times you can give them 4 or 5, and it's still nothing you'd want to send them out to the field with.
Yeah, it's like Rift. Well, okay, maybe. But if it's something that's like removes panic, it's like, yeah, how about you stay in there just a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Get good,
Come back
scrub.
when you got something good.
Oh wow, loading's taking quite a while.
Yeah, that is quite the load.
It's been weird. The game itself runs better for me, but the load times have been much longer than for other people. I just need to get an SSD is what I need to do. I've seen...
Yeah, I did originally have XCOM 2 on my SSD, but, you know, there's only so much room you can have.
Right.
And I ended up moving it off again.
So, predictions. Who do you think is going to die?
Well, I think it really depends on the map, which doesn't really say much because you're asking for predictions. But yeah, with these rescue VIP missions, it really depends on the map. It really depends on how many pods you trigger at once, how much line blocking there is, line of sight blocking, and that just makes or breaks these kind of missions. Because if I remember correctly, you can't evac in these missions, can you?
No, you have to go to an evac spot.
Yeah, you have to go to their evac spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's be dropped off. Bye.
Distance movement.
Okay. Sorry guys, game's taking some time.
We'll have to take out any hostile forces protecting the package to secure the
All I'm
area.
thinking is, what if this is the last beer Cradle Mox and Lori ever share together? Boom, boom, boom.
Somebody'd have to have a drink for them.
You
know, when the game loads, maybe it might be best to save, exit, and load it back up.
Agreed.
Just in case.
Yeah. Or at least save it just in case it crashes or something. I'll see how
Yeah.
stuttery it is once the mission gets going. But I'm going to save immediately. Wow, game. Why now, though, please? Everyone's just very calm.
Oh, this progress.
There we go.
Yeah, you don't have many mods loaded, do you? Not at all.
Not that many, no.
Yeah, XCOM 2 is not the most stable game. Kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. XCOM 3 will be better, guys. Don't you worry. It'll be the bestest. I will say this. If XCOM War of the Chosen is a sign of the direction they're going, I think I will be excited for XCOM 3.
I don't think I will be.
You're not
I don't know how to put it.
You're not a big fan of War of the Chosen?
Not really. I like the idea of super units, but they break the game so badly. They undermine your soldiers so much. They do more than what your soldiers can do by a huge amount. That it's like the complete opposite of Alien Rulers, right? It's like when the rulers are there, you're all gonna die, and when they're not there, it's a walk in the park, and there's just a massive contrast between them.
Yeah.
It's like those hero units.
I agree. I honestly wouldn't expect to see those return in XCOM 3, at least not in the base game. I can't imagine they would bring those back. I was thinking more along the lines
hero
of
units or Alien Rulers?
hero units. Because
I
because the hero units are basically a DLC thing. It's why we got excited about the DLC. When I think about the direction they're going, I'm thinking about the Chosen. I thought the Chosen are excellent. Man, it really drives the tension up when they just show up on the field and you're already in a shitstorm and you're just like, no, go away! I don't have time for you. I like the covert actions. I like the missions. I like the Lost. The Lost are fun. It's a neat mechanic that wow, game. That at first I honestly thought, especially once I got it right between the eyes, like this is nothing. This is not really important. These guys are, easy. And then I started getting into a few missions where it's the Lost and Advent and my team.
Yeah.
And maybe the Chosen. I'm like, all right. So by themselves, they're not that great, but man, they really make things more complicated sometimes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be restarting the game, but I need to get to a spot where I can save. So bear with me, everyone. It's not your stream. It's the game. And
it went quiet.
I've never even had the original game take this long, I think. Did we do it?
But yeah,
Did we
one of the things that Hey, can you see anything?
I can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it was very, very jittery. Yeah, I'm gonna save it and restart the game. Definitely. The game is really struggling here. I blame... Hang on, which soldier am I arbitrarily... Ayumi.
On the stream, we can just see the cursor. Oh, now we're in the game.
Yeah.
It's still loading up.
Yep.
Things are very dark.
Yep. I need to get to the... There we go. I can't save the game. Gosh darn it.
Oh, because you need to wait for them to finish talking.
Yeah.
You must have your mission briefing before you can finish the game, save the game.
Oh, come on, game. Those are the slowest flares I've ever seen. But my thoughts are, if they keep things like the Chosen in, if they keep the level of options you have between covert missions, types of missions in the game, things that you can do with your soldiers, the ability to go back and buy more abilities. If they keep all of that in the game, I will be very excited. I think those are all great additions. The hero units, they're really fun, but I could take or leave them.
I think that Jake Solomon is a very smart man, and he will make sure that the XCOM series is successful, and the game will become more and more cinematic as it progresses, and gradually, tiny bit at a time, will become more accessible, in inverted commas, which can also be construed as simplifying. I think complexity will be very slowly diminished at for the cost of it looking cinematic.
That's possible, though that would be going the exact opposite direction of War of the Chosen. Because if War of the Chosen has shown anything, they are not afraid to make it more complicated. Though, to be fair, there is a big difference between a DLC that adds on to a base game and the base game itself. But, like I said, if it continues to go in the direction of War of the Chosen, it'll have more depth, not less. Because War of the Chosen, compared to vanilla XCOM, is not even close when it comes to depth and choices.
So that's what I wonder about XCOM 3, the base game of XCOM 3, what it would look like. And I actually made a video of it, of what whenever you use an ability, what it would look like. Really? You know, taking scenes like the Injustice games and Dragon Ball Z, using psi abilities, stuff like that. I can imagine that's what it's going to end up looking like, where it's going to be things way over the top, and, you know, using a sliced ability will be like a nuclear bomb going off.
Yeah.
And of course that's an exaggeration, but I kind of feel that they need it to be like that to get people's attention for a turn-based game, because turn-based games are traditionally kind of, well, let's be honest, and I'll say it because I'm nerdy, and to a degree they can look boring. But once you play them, you're really involved in what's happening. But at a glance, yes, they can look boring. If you look back at the original OG XCOM, you look at it and you're like, what the hell is this crap? But if you're the one that's playing it, you're like, oh my god, I can't do this. I'm going to lose these guys. If I lose 2 more people, the mission is done. I won't be able to recover from this. The entire campaign's going to be lost. I've been playing for like 10 hours. And you don't get that from looking at it for a few seconds. And clearly Jake knows he has to make it look cinematic or it won't sell.
All right, guys, unfortunately, I am going to have to stop the stream for a little bit. I need to reset my computer. The game's shut off, but I'm still running 72% of my RAM right now, which is doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There's got to be a memory leak. So I'm going to restart my computer real quick, and that's probably it. It probably wasn't the game. It's probably that I have some sort of memory leak, and most of my RAM was being used before the game even started. So Give me about 10 minutes or so to restart my computer and get back in a call with Mickey and get the stream back up, and we'll be back. All right, everyone? So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.